The Hyundai Santa Fe makes a comeback here in the Philippines with this lone diesel trim taking center stage. In this video, we find out if the 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe has what it takes to steal some of the Kia Sorento's thunder. Let's do this. Hello guys, I'm Reagan and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I invite you to click that subscribe button for your regular dose of Philippine automotive content. If you're my subscriber already, well, sit back, relax, click that like button and enjoy the show. Also, special thanks to Hyundai Manila Bay for providing the Hyundai Santa Fe to do this car feature. If you're within the area and you need any Hyundai, head on down here and check them out. For any inquiries, you may also contact the hotline on my pinned comment below. Also guys, if you find this video useful, clicking that super thanks button will be highly appreciated. The Hyundai Santa Fe is the mid-size SUV offering from Hyundai, coming in below the larger Palisade and above the smaller Tucson. Now price-wise, the lone variant of the Hyundai Santa Fe also sits in the middle of the two local variants of its cousin, the Kia Sorento. However, at a retail price of 2,420,000 Philippine pesos, this lone Santa Fe trim in the Philippines is priced closer to the base spec Sorento EX than the top spec Sorento SX. So we'll find out in this video if this Hyundai Santa Fe will offer a better value than its Kia cousin. Now when it comes to look, the Hyundai Santa Fe's front fascia is polarizing. Now, there are some people who love this wide and grinning front grille there, while there's a second camp of people who just finds this to look ugly. Now, if personally, guys, I'm on that second camp because, yeah, when I look at the front fascia of the Santa Fe, it kind of reminds me of Ursula in The Little Mermaid. Yes, indeed. Those poor unfortunate souls. I mean, if you look at the front grille of this thing, it looks like it's filled with, glittering sharp teeth. And the LED DRL housing units here look like evil, slitty eyes. Now, this front fascia might remind me of Ursula, but at least the lighting units are on the decent side. You see, we get a T-shaped LED DRLs here, plus a set of full LED headlight units. But still, guys, if you were to ask me between the Santa Fe and its cousin, I prefer the look of the Kia Sorento a lot more. Hyundai decided to play it safe when it comes to the Santa Fe side profile because we get a typical mid-size SUV silhouette here. However, guys, yet the side profile gets another demerit from me, mainly due to the design of these wheels. You see, gentlemen, these alloy wheels are usually found in the Hyundai Santa Fe PHEV, and it would have been forgiven if this were the PHEV trim, but no, we get the regular diesel Santa Fe here in the Philippines. Now, guys, these wheels they're really ugly, and to add salt to injury here, the design of the Continental tires that are wrapping these 19-inch wheels is also kind of weird. You see, the Continental tires that we get here gets a design on the sidewall that kind of reminds me of curb rash. It's like you curbed your ugly wheels. No, I'm really sorry, Hyundai. But this wheel and tire combo for the sole variant of the Hyundai Santa Fe here in the Philippines, yeah, it's not really floating my boat. Now, thankfully, behind these ugly wheels, we get premium mechanical bits. Now, the Santa Fe has disc brakes on all four corners, and for its suspension, we also have a MacPherson setup in the front and an independent multi-link rear suspension. The rear end of the Santa Fe is good looking, although it is not as striking as the rear end that I first encountered in the Hyundai Tucson. You see, the Santa Fe gets LED taillights here, and it also has a reflector strip in the center of the tailgate, although this reflector strip doesn't light up like the light bar found in the Hyundai Tucson. Now, the turn signals can be found here at the lower part on the rear bumper, and we also have a standard rear skid plate there. Now guys, when you pop open the power liftgate of this Hyundai Santa Fe, you'll see that with the third row folded, well, we do get a decent amount of cargo space. I have with me my medium-sized luggage here, guys, and as you can see, we can fit 1, 2, and a third one right there, 3 medium-sized luggage, and we could put maybe a couple of carry-on luggage here towards the liftgate area. Now, if you're looking for the spare tire of this Hyundai Santa Fe, it can also be found underneath the car. The Hyundai Santa Fe is the mechanical twin of the Kia Sorento, and as such, we get the same engine and transmission combo here. You see, the lone variant of the Hyundai Santa Fe in the Philippines is powered by a 2.2-liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel motor that puts out 199 horsepower and 441 Newton meters of torque. Now, just like the local Sorento, this Hyundai Santa Fe gets the front wheels driven by an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. Now guys, I haven't driven the Hyundai Santa Fe, but I will be driving it very soon. So if you're interested to know how this baby here drives, well, it's now time for you to click that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you'll be notified when that video comes out. All Santa Fe's here in the country get a two-tone tan and black interior unless you're getting the Hyundai Santa Fe in the Abyss black paint job, which means that you get a full black interior. Now, this cabin is premium and upscale, although it is leaning more towards the mature side. Now, we get power adjustable front seats here that are wrapped in tan leather, although I am missing ventilated seats here, guys, but the front passenger gets power adjustments here on the sides in case the rear passenger wants some more legroom. So yes, that has to count for something. Now, we also have a leather wrap steering wheel here that also comes with a pair of paddle shifters, and this wheel also adjusts for tilt. And it also telescopes, as what you'd expect from a premium midsize SUV. Now, the instrument gauge cluster of the Santa Fe gets a fully digital LED display cluster there. And I love that we also get that nifty blind spot camera here, where the tachometer and the speedometer gets replaced by the image of that blind spot camera. Now, yeah, I first saw that in the Kia Sorento, and it's good that this Hyundai Santa Fe also gets that. Now, this digital gauge cluster also changes in color and in design depending on the drive mode that you're in, because the Santa Fe also gets multiple drive modes like Eco, Sport, Smart, and Normal. Now, when you look over to your infotainment system here, well, we do get a regular par for the course 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system that comes with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and the image of a 360-degree view camera. It's a bit of a bummer though, guys, that we don't get the larger 10.25-inch touchscreen here, but well, it is what it is. Now, as for the safety bits of this Hyundai Santa Fe, as you're seeing on your screen, guys, well, we do get some driver assist aids there, although I did notice that this Santa Fe also lacks adaptive cruise control, similar to its cousin, the Kia Sorento. So yes, that is a bit of a bummer for me. Now, when you go down to the center stack here, you'll also notice that we are missing a gear lever. Instead, we have button selectors here, button gear selectors a la Honda CR-V, which works, but Maybe, I don't know guys, maybe it's the Tito of Manila in me, but I do prefer an actual shifter here. We also have the circular knob here for your drive modes. We have an electronic park brake with an auto hold feature, and we have a Qi wireless charging pad here, which in preparing for this video, I was looking for the wireless charging pad only to find that it's here, right here on the side, where you'll have to put your phone standing up. Now, it's the first time that I've seen this in a car, and it's a little bit quirky because, well, this Qi wireless charging pad will only work when all of the doors of the Santa Fe are closed. Now, if somebody opens a door and closes it, the charging of your wireless charge pad stops. And in order to restart the charging of the pad, you'll have to remove your smartphone and put it back again to resume charging. Now, that is quirky, that is weird, and to be honest, I have absolutely no idea why Hyundai designed it that way. Now, we also have a couple of cup holders here, guys, which I will subject to my clean canteen test. Now, guys, this is a 600 ml clean canteen, and to some of you there who are saying that this is not a cup, this is a bottle and should go to the bottle holder, dude, you probably haven't seen the sizes of the cups they have in America. Now, don't go saying that I'm not in America, I'm in the Philippines. But guys, this is YouTube and my video is good for the entire planet. So I have to consider the biggest possible cup that you're going to place in these cup holders. Now, to proceed with the test, let's go. As you can see, the Hyundai Santa Fe, being a global model, easily passes my clean canteen test. Cup holder 1, cup holder 2. It easily passes, guys. Now, as for the cabin materials that they used here, well, there is a generous amount of tan leather on the dashboard. Really nice and stitched tan leather there. We have some nice stitched tan leather on the door cards here. And we even have some black or gray stitch leather here on the sides of the center tunnel. So yes, it all comes together to give you a nice and premium looking cabin here. Although yes, it is still a little bit on the mature side. Just like a proper mid-size SUV or a premium and executive mid-size SUV, the Hyundai Santa Fe gets a rather spacious back seat here, as long as you don't have to make space for the legs of the people on the third row. You see, we've got a good amount of space here, guys. I'm 5'6". This is my driving position here, and I'm getting around 7 inches of knee room there, and a good like 5.5 inches of headroom. Now, as for the toys here on the back seat, well, the Hyundai Santa Fe is amply equipped because, as I mentioned, we do get a button here on the front passenger seat to adjust it forward in case this lucky person here on this side would want to have some more leg room. And we also have a pair of rear AC vents here, a pair of USB charge ports, and we also have, of course, a center armrest with a couple of cup holders. Now guys, if you're looking to take a snooze and you don't want the people outside to see you napping, then you can always raise the privacy shades of the Santa Fe, which should help keep the riffraff out. Accessing the third row seats of the Hyundai Santa Fe is pretty easy because we have a one-touch push button on the right side of the second row seats, which can easily slide the second row seat forward to give you access to the third row. Now, there are two buttons there, one found on top and one on the bottom part of the seat, just in case a small child would want to gain access to the third row. Now, as for the space here itself, well, as long as the second row passengers are feeling generous and they slide their seats a little bit forward to give you some leg room, then guys, this area will be pretty decent. Now, at 5'6", I'm still getting around a couple of inches of knee room here and a good couple of inches of headroom. And yeah, so it's going to be quite decent for short trips. Now, I've mentioned short trips here, guys, because if you'll notice, my sitting position is not really the most comfortable here. My knees are almost to my chest level. So yes, this place is just good for short trips or for small children. Now, as for the comfort here on the third row seats, well, it is quite comfortable because we do get a couple of rear AC vents here, plus its own blower control. And we also have a USB charge port on the right side for charging duties. The Hyundai Santa Fe's overall look may not appeal to me, but guys, that's just me. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so if you find this big and wide grinning front grille and those wheels to be appealing, then by all means, knock yourself out. It is a good car, guys, with a good set of features. So yes, don't get me wrong, but its overall look, it just doesn't float my boat. Anyway, thanks for watching.